Just got here to Select Auto Center, where I do a ton of my reviews, as you guys will probably recognize, and kind of a weird start to a video as I usually do voiceovers, but today we're here to see this, which is something rather special and something you don't see every day. An '04 Acura TSX, which has covered just 54,000 miles since new, or 96,000 kilometers if you're in Canada, and what makes it even more special is the fact that it's equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission. So, let me go grab the keys, we'll move this to a wider spot, and I'll give you guys a more in-depth look. Then the '04 Acura TSX. This thing is kind of a unicorn. So first and foremost, just want to apologize. As you can probably tell from the back, it is quite noisy because I am standing beside an active street, so just bear with me. But yeah, let's take a look at this thing. This thing is kind of a unicorn. I mean, you're not really going to find something like this anywhere else, and that's not an advert for this car. I'm just really stoked, and I've been waiting all week to see it. So I'm actually sharing the excitement with you guys here. As you can see, the front headlights, there are xenons, of course. LEDs weren't really popular back then. And quite clear. They may have been clean, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are the original units. In the front, you can see the front bumper is actually pretty clean. There are a few rock chips, as you can probably tell. Quite normal. Obviously 54,000 miles. It's not a brand new car, but still not bad. Pretty nice. Looking at the bottom over here underneath, not sure how well you can see that because of these shadows. It looks pretty clean for the most part. Obviously you have that plastic splitter thing in the middle. And yeah, you just don't see something like this every day. So I'd actually move to this side because the lighting is a bit better here. Obviously moving on to these wheels. They are a, what are they, a 7-spoke design, and they are a, what are they, 16 inches in diameter or 17? Oh, there we go. Yep, 17 inches, 225/50 R17. Obviously 5-nut pattern. I believe it's a 5x114.3 bolt pattern, if you guys were kind of curious to know. Side profile, really clean as well. As you can see, all glossy paint. The clear coat usually tends to fail on older cars, but this one has held up quite nice. Probably garaged most of its life, that's why. As you can see, turn signal mirrors. This was quite a trend back then, and actually quite stylish on this car. Obviously this was the rebadged Accord if you were in Europe, so Acura isn't really a thing in Europe, only North America and China really, I believe. Don't quote me on that. At the bottom you can see, I don't think there's any rust down here. Yeah, pretty clean down here too. And obviously this is, as you know, a notorious spot for rust to accumulate. And this is actually pretty clean for the most part. I doubt there's any rust on this car. Side profile there, no dimples or like kind of the door dents you get. 2 or 3, usually normal to see that, but as you can see, this thing is actually really flawless. One accent I really loved on these TSXs were this silver chrome accent on the door handles. Just added that extra little bit of touch there. So quite nice. Just a small, nimble, good looking, fun to drive car this was. Obviously this was the first generation of Acura TSX, and actually the first year it was introduced to, which was the 2004 model year. Obviously to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson, 2004 to 2005, pretty much the same looking car. In 2006 they gave it a mild facelift, and that lasted from 2006 to 2008. For me, I kind of prefer the facelift cars. I think they look a bit better. But again, that's just me purely, and not to say this is a bad looking car at all. I would take this any day of the week. It's really cool. You have the dual exhausts in the back. It's a really nice looking, clean cut design. Nothing fancy, nothing stylish, but it just works, and that's what you need. And again, it's in pristine condition, so I'm not seeing any nicks over here. Usually the top of the trunk lid and the roof are notorious for getting those small dimples. Again, this is kind of dusty, so I may be hiding some of that. Can't really tell, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing up there. No rust down here either. You do have an, oh wow, you actually have an automatic trunk release back there. I was expecting this on this car. I knew the second generation TSXs had it, but not this. Obviously the covers for the trunk hinges. Trunk mats down here, just a really clean cloth fabric on top as well. Moving around. Again, this side is just as clean as the other side. As you can see, there are a few little dimples over here, but nothing to worry about, nothing a small PDR job can't take care of. Again, rust down here is non-existent. Wouldn't be surprised if this car has been rust coated or rust proofed every year as well. Again, the 5-spoke wheels. Not sure how well you can see this side because of casting shadows. Bit of curb rashing on this wheel over here. Again, not a big deal. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the exterior of the car. I'll actually go ahead and I'll give you guys a look under the hood too. Of course, this has the K24 motor, the 2.4. Not sure what the power figures were for these. Actually, I just went ahead and opened the trunk, so my bad on that part. Let's go ahead and open, where is this? Oh, over here. Kind of hiding the latch around back. I'll give you guys a look at the interior in just a second. Yep, there we go. It's quite a heavy hood, as you can see. 2.4 dual overhead cam, VTEC of course. VTEC hits quite hard in these cars, in these naturally aspirated cars. As you can see, that looks like a new battery. Really nice looking engine bay. Actually not sure if these cars were belt driven or chain driven. Down here you can see original alternator. It has the Honda markings on it. We have the power steering pump over there, I believe. Just a clean looking engine bay. Obviously we have all the original plastics and the tabs surrounding it. Go ahead and shut that, to which is the interior. As you can see, it still amazingly has the blue wrappings in the front and the back. As you can see, the door panel is exceptionally clean. You can see all soft touch on the top. We have this perforated leather in the middle, and it is hard down here, but the graining is nice. It doesn't feel like that scratchy, cheap type of plastic you usually are accustomed to seeing down there. Obviously, you have your sunroof controls over here. The seats are very clean. Yep, this window is actually open, so I'll give you guys a better look over here at the seats. Not sure how well you can actually see that. Kind of play with my polarizer here. Yep, that. As you can see, seat bolsters are really clean. Quite normal with what you expect from a 54,000 mile car. As you can see, the passenger seat is in equally good condition. Probably a bit more wear on that side over there, as you can probably see. But yeah, just overall a very clean looking interior. You guys, a quick look at the back seat. No one has actually sat in them regularly. Door panel equally as clean, same materials. We have the soft touch with the perforated leather and the small leather stitched portion down here as well. Of course, you have the headliner over here, which is also really clean, not sagging or anything. Guys, a look at the gauge cluster. Oh, when's the last time you heard a chime like that? That brings back so many memories. And yeah, clean looking steering wheel, perforated edges. Obviously it is very shiny, as old steering wheels tend to get. I almost forgot to show you guys this, which is the booklet these old Acuras come with. Not sure if the newer ones come with this, but it's a really nice leather padded booklet. Owner's manual, as it's called. Not sure why I forgot to say that. And has your service schedules in there, and a nice place to put a pencil. And some business cards as well. So yeah, as you can see, it also comes with a remote. So the Accords of this generation actually came with a key fob remote, so the buttons were actually on the key. But this generation of Acura actually came with this fob. Remember this fob with the big Acura logo on it? Which wraps up the brief or detailed walk around, however you want to look at it, of this 04 Acura TSX. Very, very cool in the traditional silver color that most of these cars actually came in. And I think one of the colors that looks the best. So, like I said, it's available for sale at Select Auto Center. Not an advert, just a really cool car that should go to a really cool home. So with that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.